Hello, everyone, and welcome back to On the Beat. I'm Stephen Bailey, as always, joined by David Wilson and Trevor Haas. On Saturday, we saw Syracuse beat Duke in what Jim Boeheim called the greatest game in Carrier Dome history. Less than 48 hours later, Syracuse welcomes Notre Dame into the Dome. Notre Dame, a team that's only won 2 of its last 8 games, but is also coming off a pretty exciting victory on Saturday. Eric Atkins had a game-winning three-pointer to lift them past Boston College. What do you guys think of Notre Dame? They've been struggling without Jaren Grant since they lost him, but at the same time, they do have some shooters. They're not a team that should be, I guess, taken too lightly.
Yeah, Atkins is the guy who can beat Syracuse. I think without Jaren Grant, he's their clear-cut leader, a pretty good shooter, a guy who can get inside the zone. They've got some good shooters on the bench. Vistoria is a freshman. They like him a lot as a shooter. And it'll be interesting to see, we saw Duke a little bit inept in the high post, had to go with Marshall Plumlee for a while there. Notre Dame has some better big man guys like Garrick Sherman who can play up there maybe and hurt the zone from the inside out.
Mm-hmm. And Pat Connaughton is another guy who could kill Syracuse from downtown. He's a really good shooter. I actually played baseball, basketball, and soccer with him as a kid, which is kind of a fun fact for the viewers at home. From the ages of like 8 to 12, we would periodically play each other in sports. He was a little better than I was, but that was fun. So he's very talented. Really a great shooter, and he killed Syracuse when they upset them. Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Yep. So that he was key in that, and he's definitely a factor for them tomorrow.
And that was the last time Syracuse was up to number one. Was
true.
They fell to Notre Dame in that game, and Syracuse will probably be number one on Monday.
Right.
And that was also the last time they had a career best start to their season, 21 games. Syracuse has that now and is looking for number 22 against Notre Dame. But do you think there's any kind of emotional hangover after a game like that?
I don't know about emotional hangover, but just how quick the turnaround is. They don't get any real practice.
Maybe an actual hangover.
Jim wouldn't like that.
It is a quick turnaround, and Notre Dame is a team. They played up to competition. They beat Duke earlier this year. You played a close game with Ohio State when Ohio State was still undefeated. So they're a team that you can't take lightly.
I actually honestly don't think there's going to be any problem. I think one of the best things about the Syracuse team is that they're very, very focused each game. I don't think it's just like a thing Boeheim says. I don't think he would say it if it wasn't true. I think they really take each game seriously, and I think they'll be ready to go.
Let's get down to predictions. I think we all probably have Syracuse going, but how do you see it playing out?
I think maybe a little bit of a slow start, but pretty much the same story we've seen. Syracuse ends up winning by 14 or 15 points probably.
They always just seem to find a way to win. I really can't. Syracuse isn't built to blow teams out.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're so difficult to beat down the stretch because so many guys can do everything. We saw even Rakeem Christmas is playing good basketball for a team. He's their 4th, 5th best player, and he's been fantastic. So I'll go Syracuse by about 15.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Syracuse by about 15. I think Notre Dame will get off to a hot start, and Atkins will hit some threes, maybe get the fans a little bit scared, but Syracuse will hold them off, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. David and Trevor will be in the Carrier Dome on Monday night. For those who can't make it, feel free to tune in to ESPN at 7 p.m. You can follow us on Twitter at DOSports and online at dailyorange.com.